All right.
Perfect. Great. Okay, so first I would like to learn a little bit more about the company and how you heard from boards and how have you guys been working around with it. I heard that Barbara downloaded it. She loves it now. But I just want to get a little bit of a little bit of your background on how have you been using it so far? What do you expect from the app? Maybe what are what are your expectations? And then I can go in and answer those questions and pitch you a little bit about what we do and what are our main pillars in the app and why we work so close with the direct sales industry. Okay.
Would
We've
you like?
all chosen Robert to be our mouthpiece.
Yeah, look
So
out.
we'll be quiet and let him speak for us because he knows our desires and our wishes and how this company works.
Well,
Great.
again, this is always, our calls are always interactive, Patty. So we all lead from wherever we are. So, but to start off the conversation and to clarify to you, number one, we're all very new, including myself. I think the people that I work with here within my company, they're all very aware that number one, I've heard from so many mentors and teachers and other industry professionals for some time now that boards can help us duplicate and leverage so effectively. And then I looked at it briefly last year. Now going into the new year, it's time to get more time efficient. Secondly, as I mentioned, I just downloaded the app like Friday, and I've put a couple boards, a couple folders and subfolders in it. You could see that. And so brand new. And then I love sharing with the team what works, and I work best working with other leaders. And so I said to the team, hey guys, I'm gonna run with this, and I would love for you all to be contributors, and we can all make this really next level. And so here are some of the initial friends and coworkers who were here with you. So we're all very much newbies to the app. And I guess my main intention is for you to kind of give us kind of a big picture and then maybe some specific examples. I hope that clarifies.
Yeah, okay, great. So thank you guys so much for having interest in boards. As I mentioned before, we do work a lot with other companies. As you also saw, Barbara, that you had a big list of other companies in the MLM who we've partnered with and we've worked with, and I've worked a lot with other leaders such as, Herbalife and then NU Skin, so different industries and companies around it. And then, yes, as you mentioned before, our main pillars is to be able to scale up at a much faster rate, which would be by adding members to your board. And once they're added to your board, you'll be able to communicate with them more efficiently. You'll be able to centralize all of your content. So we're a content hub where now you're not going to have to go to your camera roll to get a picture of a product. You're not going to have to go to your notes app to get, a script that you're using on and on and on. You can all centralize into one place so that as much as you or a more unexperienced member who just joined your team will have everything in one place and be able to access it at a much faster rate and be able to send that much faster as well. And I'll show you what I mean exactly by that, because we do have a lot of features that you have to be aware of in order to access all of the full potential that boards can give to your team and to your business. And then, it's essentially by doing those two things, it's going to be a sales companion by the most unexperienced members who are just joining the team. Maybe they don't have much experience in the industry. Maybe they've never even done a sale before. So by you being able to do different folders, even if it's with only product descriptions, product pictures, then another folder with scripts that have worked for you in the past and that that work for you, because you guys have, you mentioned on the phone that you have around 20 something years in the industry, right?
Well, together we have like over a century, but yeah, there's several of us who've been around for some time.
Yeah, so you guys are experts in the business by now, and you guys know what works and what doesn't work, and you know all around it. But maybe somebody new who is just starting this new cycle in his life might not know what to say when dealing with an objection handling moment, or when they're greeting even a customer. So by you crafting a board and having a folder specifically for these people and putting your know-hows into this place for them to access it in a very, very easy manner is going to be a game changer when it comes to retaining them and be able to grow in the industry, right? Great.
May I just say, everything that Robert's going to put in his boards, we want to know how to access every bit of that, because he is the most tech savvy of us and also successful.
Yeah, and in
Okay.
turn, as you all know, then Jem is one of the most knowledgeable and rounded wellness and nutritional experts on the planet. And so to have a board specifically, or even a subfolder specifically for Jem's material even. So there's so many applications. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Robert.
and it's going to be great because you can actually, once you add members to your board, which I'll show you how you can do, you can give them editing access, so that way you can all co-collaborate into one board and be able to edit and put your piece of information. And of course, I only recommend this to do this for leaders, because you don't want to give everyone editing access, because then the most newest members, if they have the editing access, then it's going to be like, you know, too much for them, or they might put something that you don't want them to put in there because they're new. So it's important to keep it, you can grant editing access, of course, but it's important to keep in mind who you give this access to. And then you can always remove members from your board. You can always add more members to your board. So it depends what the usability you want to give to all the members that you're adding. Okay.
Okay.
Great. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to share my screen on my desktop. I'll go in later and I'll show you my phone, and I'll do a little demo there because I want to show you the keyboard feature. Has anybody used this feature before? The keyboard?
Yeah, to me, one of the benefits of using this app, to me the keyboard abbreviations techniques taught are so, just most people, including myself, just no, I'm not gonna learn all that. And so having a visual boom boom was so, hope that makes sense. It was so simpler using the app to do that versus having these keyword abbreviations. So, but
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. It's when you switch language on your phone and then like the boards come up in your keyboard.
yeah, I was just referring to the other technique, which is tied to our smartphones, where you put like 2 or 3 letters or whatever, and then there's your most common paragraphs. It's so much easier to do it visually with the board app. So
yeah. No, it's amazing, and you can also send pictures that way, and PDFs and links and everything that you're putting into your board. You will be able to send that, and whoever that is a little bit lost and don't really know what I'm talking about, just give me a few minutes and I'll dive into there. But yeah, I'm gonna share my screen right now and I'll show you a template of another board that I really like. It's the one that I use the most to show these kind of things. And it's just, and I'll show you how to create a board from scratch later, but I just want you to have like the image on what a finished board is supposed to look like, and how it's structured as well. So this is a mock-up board that we did put for the Promifera brand. I worked with a top leader in the industry and we came up with this kind of template. One second. Okay, yeah. So this is what we did over here is that we added a picture, and by a picture I meant like a PDF of the of their logo. We added over here just to make it like a little bit more aesthetic. And then here we added a piece of text, and how you can add information is over here to the right, hit add, and this drop down menu is going to come up and you can choose either to add a text, an image, whatever link you want to add. Video is for business users, which I recommend top leaders in the industry upgrading to business, just because it's going to give you more features for you to access, and it's going to give you unlimited access to basically everything that we offer. Then you can also add a PDF file, you can add a video link, and then this is a way to subcategorize information by choosing a folder and then adding information into that folder, which is what these are going to be. Okay.
Can I,
If anybody has any question, yeah.
is it true, and I haven't dug deep enough, I will this week, which if we put together a page or a link or whatever, we can keep them in the app versus always going, oh, here's the whole world of Vimeo and YouTube. Is that new video feature a place where the app houses the video?
So you can make a folder inside of your board and then have it only for those videos that you want to share.
Okay.
Did I?
Yeah, you're fine. I don't want to get too down the rabbit trail for people because I want this to serve as a nice
Right.
introduction. So I'll be quiet about that. We can talk later.
Okay.
Privately, so.
All right, perfect. So yeah, this is gonna basically, I always advise for it to have this skeleton look. We call it an MVB, so a minimum valuable board. In other terms, it's called an MVP, a minimum valuable product, but it's just to keep it as simple as you can, but have the essential information for anybody to succeed in whatever they're trying to do, right? So as you mentioned before, we don't want to overwhelm new members who may or may not be as tech savvy because I know that companies have a lot of information, but just keep it very to the point and essential for the information to get passed along. Okay. And then I'm gonna hop into this folder, for example, and then most people do like an onboarding folder. That what this is gonna do is that it's gonna onboard your new members, maybe give them a little bit about the overview of the company. This is actually a page, and this is a feature that we offer. So think about this as a landing page. Very, very easy way to create a small website. And then you add a picture. You can even add stuff from your board. And the way to create this is that I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to go over to the last option, which is page. And then over here, you can either add content directly from your boards. So if I go again to the Pomifera mockup board and I want to add this picture, I can just hit insert, and it's going to add it right over here to the right. And then just like this, you're going to start creating a small website, like a landing page. And the way to share this would be through a link, or you can also share this directly from your board. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to tell the team, share this with the team in this recording or live right now with us, is that there'll be a number of pages initially created by like myself, maybe Kimberly, Beth, some of the more tech savvy, Barb, Carol, more tech savvy leaders here. And it'll be very simple, but imagine your most popular way to share with an athlete, or like my most popular way to share with the chiropractor, or et cetera. There'll be various pages that are developed where all you have to do is grab it as a template, and you don't have to be in the little sales page creating place to really leverage pages. I want to share that, Patty. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
if we have, like, we're gonna have our page for our company now, can you have multiple different identities within boards?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
By identities, you mean like different boards, right? Yeah, you can, and that's a great point to touch on, because even though when you're a business member, you do have unlimited boards. If you're on the free version, you have up to 3 active. I do advise not to have too many boards going on at the same moment. That's why I emphasize a lot on creating folders so that you can subcategorize stuff inside of the same board. Because when you keep adding more members to your team, it's going to be easier to add them only to 1, maybe 2 boards than to add them to 5, 6, 7 or plus, so
Yeah,
that's why.
And I want to share with Barb, Patty, that Barb, like I'll have a separate board called Servant Leader just for my faith-based friends. I'll have a separate board probably for like my golf stuff, whatever. So yeah, or even family. So yes, you can do, but you don't have to you can grant access to only one of the boards of your 5 boards. So yeah. Is that true, Patty?
Yeah. No, you can add you can add them to how many boards you want them to. Like there's no limit on if you have like 5 boards, you can add the same person to those same 5 boards. But if you're using them for you know, to add more members and more members, I advise for them to only to cram everything up as much as you can into one same board, because it's going to be more centralized and it's going to be easier to communicate in the long run. Also, that if you have members who are in the free plan, even though I would love everyone to upgrade to business, they're only going to have access to 3 main boards, 3 active boards. So if you add them to more than 3 and they're not a business user, it's going to be difficult for them to access all of the information that you're giving out. Does that make sense?
Yes, and to put everybody at ease, even the business plan is like $10 a month. So
Yeah, and we can talk
Having a
about
sale
this.
right now is $5 a month.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Barbara. Great. All right. So yes, this is basically how to create a landing page. You can then move this around and make it your own. These are all of the options that you can add over to here. There's no limit about the amount of information that you can add over to a page. And the way to share this would be via a link. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like in your board. And then you can use this even for, you know, a long product description to recruit more people. Oh, and then a very cool thing that you can also add over to a page. We have a button feature. And then what this does is that you can add a link, a Zoom link, a Calendly link, or even a WhatsApp button for them to hit and contact you directly from there. Okay. Great. So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to go over to the conversations folder. And this is a great example of what I was talking about, which would be, you know, an introduction folder, objection handling folder, things that are coming up. Thanksgiving just passed, but Christmas is coming up, so you can have scripts based on holidays that are about to happen to make it a little bit more personalized. So it's going to look like this. And when you add blobs of text that you want them to use, such as this, like insert your name, nice to meet you, and then you can personalize this and make it your own. It's important that you separate each piece of text so that if you click on this, it's going to send right away in the next feature that I'm going to tell you. So to separate it in different blobs so that it's not only into one large piece of text. So over here, you hit add and you say, like, for example, introduction 1, and then you write, hey, how are you today? And then that's one script, you know, and then hit done and it's going to save. But what I don't advise to do is for you to have many, like, hello, nice to see you again. So these are 2. What I would do is that I would separate them, save one, separate from the other, and then hit add, and then add your intro number 2, and then write the other one on a separate one, because it's going to keep it a little bit more organized.
Okay. I
see some leaders sometimes that they have great scripts and they just go in and add them only to one, and then that's going to make it harder for members to reuse that, because then they're going to have to delete everything that they're not using and just send that piece of information. Whereas if you save it on different blobs, it's going to be easier and much faster.
So just segment different pieces of a script. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay. And over here, we also have company information. Maybe if you have compensation plans that you want to add, you can also have subfolders inside a folder. So over here, this that you see is a folder, the same one that we just entered. These are 2 folders. But inside of that folder, you can also add another folder that you see over here to keep, you know, segmenting things into different categories.
Right.
So now we have videos. These are all YouTube videos that you can add. You can also add mission statements. So, you know, what are your mission statement that they want them to use in it, if any case, or just for their own knowledge. And yeah, that would be kind of it. And also, we also have analytics for business users. And this is going to give you a little bit of an overview on how members are behaving inside of the board, how many members have been active, how many content interactions you've been having, and then what has been the top content shared in the app. So it's going to give you a exposure on what content is working the best and maybe what content is not working the best because it's not being shared enough times. So it's very basic, but it still gives you a little bit of a deep dive into what content is working out for you.
And have
Yeah.
you seen, Patty, have you seen Teams use a lot? One of the folders, which I see us using a lot, is like social media posts that work. Like to be more efficient at, say, Jim just did a post that generated a lot of engagement, or Barb did, or I did, and then we immediately put it in here. So that to me is one of there's so many applications here that are it saved us all time.
Yeah, it's a great app to save time and to keep organized, and just all along to put all of your information into one place and not have to hop along in different apps or different uses. It's just going to be really, really centralized into one place.
Yep.
And another really cool feature that we have is actually messages. So once you populate your board and you add messages over here, you're going to be able to send messages to them. So if you click over here to the message, you can add a title. So let's say product push. And then it's like going to be a call to action for them. For them to see. And then you can see all of the previous messages that you've sent. And I'll show you what it looks like in your phone, because it's going to come up as a push notification in their dashboard. And then when they open it, this is going to come up and they're going to be able to see whatever message that you want to communicate. And it's only going to be one way. They're not going to be able to communicate with you back, but it's just because you want them to always have that there and not get lost in the middle of conversations. So it's, for specific things like a Zoom launch or a product push that you want to have for the month, or things like that you want them to have regardless of the time, regardless of anything else. So it's a nice way to stay communicated as well. Okay, great. Any questions so far? Don't be shy.
What are some of the questions coming up, guys? I have several more to ask, but go ahead.
One of them, yeah, in the messages, when you just said got some messages and you said they can't respond back to you. Now, is that going to be like a private text to, like, say, a customer, or is it only within the group?
Only within the group. Yeah,
So-
it's going to be mainly for you, and all the members who you add to your board are going to receive that message, but it's just basically a team message to keep everybody aligned.
So we could take, so like if Robert, when Robert gives us a piece of content that we can make our own, we can just copy it out of the board, put it into our own flair and our own, and then put it out as a text. Okay, perfect.
Exactly. And that comes to a very important thing. If you want to make your own board and you want to use the information that Robert is giving you, because I imagine that you guys want to have like a guide, like an ultimate guide of everybody to go to there. And I guess that if you want to personalize it and put your own tone to it, you want to create a board of your own. So what you're going to do is that you're going to create a board of your own, right over here. So create a board. And then if you want to add content that Robert is giving you, like let's say product descriptions, which are very repetitive and you don't really edit it, you want to put add. Sorry, you want to go over to the board that he's sharing with you. So in this case, let's go to the Pomifera one. And if I go over here and I want to, let's say, copy a link, I'm going to hit select and I'm going to hit copy over here. And then I'm going to choose the board that I want to copy this to. So I just created a board and I want to paste it over here. I'm going to hit paste here on the top right. And that's going to copy and paste it to the board. So it's going to be easier for you to move stuff around.
So then that piece, I can now edit it and it's always on my board, and then I can send it out to whoever I want to.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, because what I see happening, Patty, too, just to speak out off the cuff, is that like there'll be a board for me, there's a board that Kimberly Penny does, there's a board that Jill Berth does, like these are people in our company, and Jim does. And so then I could just grab from each of them, and I'll have a running team board, which we're sharing with everybody you all see, but I'll also have my own little customized board over here that it's all the stuff that I use every day. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I was emphasizing at first on you don't want to give everyone editing access to your main board, because they can always copy information and make a board of their own, which they are the owners of. And if they want to do any mistake, or if they want to add whatever content that they want to add, I'm not saying that mistakes are going to happen, but if they do, it's not on the main board that everybody's looking at, right?
Okay. And it's easy. It's the same easy copy paste process to copy a page, because I see us using pages a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the page feature a lot in my own personal prospecting, and I would invite each of you to as well. Because if I look back at my last, oh my goodness, 6 months of product prospect, last 2 years, I have some very common boom, 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 3 or 4 or 5 links that I send every time to certain categories. And I'm going to make a page for each one of those and share it. So then I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Does that make sense, Patty?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And what if Jim, if I send, when I post a typical page to say a chiropractor or a networker, and Jim copies and pastes that, it's very easy for him to just delete out the button that has my link and put in his button.
Yeah, you would just have to, so let me demo that.
You understand what I'm asking, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jim, you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, I do. Yes, absolutely.
So over
How do-
here, this is so this is actually not my board, the one that I'm showing. I just have editing access and I'm a member of this, but I'm not like the owner of it. Okay, so this is exactly what it would look like if some of you guys would be added to a member of a board and you want to edit information. So literally what we were just talking about. I'm going to grab a page, so there would be this one, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it to the board that I just created. I'm going to paste it here. So
Hey,
now this
Patty, let's make sure. Is everybody following this? What she's
Yeah.
demonstrating and why? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I
So
see people now.
because like the video, like say a video, the videos that touch my heart are different than the ones that touch like Carol's or.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I will put in my own personal board.
You're right. But
Mhm.
what she's demoing right now is
How
that
to paste,
you're
how to
gonna-
get it.
what also how to put in one place
Right.
what you would send to like a heart-centered servant leader who wants to lose weight. You typically would send
per
some
subject.
similar links. Now you can just put it in one page,
Right,
and she would stay on one place to access those links.
right.
Okay, so
Perfect.
clarification then, if I want to copy this page from another board out there, do I have to have edit permissions to copy?
Yes, you will have to have share and view.
Okay.
Okay, so there are 3, I'll show you them in a bit. They have share and view, you have view only, and you have editing, which grants you all of the above. By share and view, this means that you can, share the board and share and copy and paste the information. View only is that they will only view your board, but you can still like share it with customers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a great question, Larry. So you're saying that it's up to the owner of the whatever the board is, say the main board, in this case, Team Z.
Mm.
And then when I do manually invite each person. Yes.
Yes, you do. So,
Okay, so-
it's over here. So I have 3 members here. I am the main owner of this board, and I can choose if they have can view and share, can view only, or can edit.
Yeah. Larry, are we answering your question, man?
Yeah, that answers it.
Yeah.
And then you can either export this list of all the members who are here, and it shows you also how much members are here.
Okay.
And the way to add members would be here you can either add them via email or you can copy the link and share it wherever you want to. So WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups.
Oh, that's
anywhere.
easier. I
And
thought I
once
had to email everybody, so I can just put that in the text or message. Okay.
Mhm. And then they'll be added. And then you can see the members by going over here and seeing the list. And then you can
And
Sh-
Patty,
Mhm.
is the default is view only, then I have to specify if they can edit or share and,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Did y'all understand that as well? The default automatically they go into what, view only, Patty?
But
I believe
we can view it. So if you only have us as view, can we copy it? And send it out to one of our people?
That's what she's showing us now, view and share.
view and share.
Okay. So we have to be on, so Robert, you have to make sure all of us are on view and share.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. And then what I was mentioning was that when you copy a page, which would be this, like landing page, and you want to make it your own, so you want to edit stuff that is inside the page. So like you were mentioning, Barbara, if you want to add another video that resonates more with you, what you would do is copy this page, paste it to your board, click on this, and then here you can click edit, and now you can edit the content that's inside. So let's say if you want to change this picture to one of your own, or you want to change
Oh,
and
awesome.
personalize this, you can.
Okay.
This is huge. This is
This is
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
Now
it-
you all, okay, when we copy, it will have their link back to them. How do we change their link out in this edit side and put our own link in so that if they do purchase off of what we send out, it comes back credit to us?
So when you start editing this, the link will no longer be the same as the one before. It will change to your unique link.
And you'd also change the button there, Patty. You just, to
Mhm.
answer Jim's question, you would just change the link on there.
Exactly. You would basically delete it and then click on the button of your own and then add your own link or add your
Okay.
own phone number or add your own messenger.
Did you see that, Jim? Yeah. And
Yes.
you can even put two buttons. One button would be your, say, call me now, or
Mhm.
the second button below that would be to your replicated site. Didn't have to be just to your site.
Got it.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
you could have one to your calendar and also one to the site. Okay.
Exactly.
I love how you can also put a one button link to join me on Messenger as well, which is cool. Messenger is my media of choice, that and text.
Yeah.
So now those payment buttons, you can have them on there also?
Yes. And what it's going to look like, it's going to look like this. You can edit it and oops. Sorry.
Yeah, Barb,
can
for your
edit
other
this
courses
and-
and stuff, that would be handy.
My other courses and stuff, yeah, okay.
And then
Awesome.
put the label that you want and then your PayPal link.
Great questions.
Great. All right. So that would be that. What else? What else? Any other questions so far?
So you answered my primary one. So it's fairly easy to separate our personal, more private boards with the team boards. And you answered that question. Just open up a new board, basically, yes?
Basically, yes.
Okay. And you answered my question I had before this call. There's, when we're designing some of these sales pages, which is going to be fun, you don't really have tight parameters. They're pretty broad as far as how
Yeah.
deep. Okay. And you've already demonstrated how to post content. Yeah. You're answering most of my primary questions.
Great. How about the rest? Anybody has any questions? Maybe something that I've gone so far and it was not that clear? I'd be happy to go over it again.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch the video again. I had a call come in about our trip tomorrow. But this, I'm so excited about it. This is like all the stuff we've been doing to try to put out to people in one place,
Mhm.
unless I'm mistaken something. I
Yeah,
think,
no, Carol, to me, if you want to say the primary, there's so many primaries, but one of the main primary reason for us, so many of us to get behind this is that very thing, is to duplicate in real time, in very short order of time, what is working.
yeah,
And from post content, and then to really have one main place where we can put the scripts and some of the approaches that are working most effectively along with what we're all sharing, to have some duplication happening, obviously. So that's one of our big focus points, Patty, going into the new year with our particular company and team, is to tighten up the duplication.
Yeah, and it's what it is. It's a duplication machine that saves you time and keeps everybody aligned. And as a duplication machine, it's going to be a sales companion to those who are just starting in the business.
I do have another question that came to mind. Does Jim and Barb and Carol, do they get dinged or notification when something is added to the board?
They don't get a notification per se, but you can always send them a message, which will show them a notification in their phone announcing that you've updated the board.
Can I do that with the whole membership of the board, or just separately?
It's going to be the whole membership.
Oh, you're saying I can send some kind of I can learn this, I'm sure, but I could send something via the app that would notify everybody that's on like Team Z board?
Yes, that's the messages. Sorry, maybe that wasn't clear. Over here, when you populate your board and you have members added, you can click over here to the right, and then this is going to be basically a call to action to all of the members in your board.
Awesome. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many. Now I'm thinking of other uses of this as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So he could put board updated board, and we could go and look and see what he's got, what the
Yeah, I
new-
could put, check this latest social media post that just led to 2 enrollments in one day, whatever. So that would be, everybody would open that. So, okay.
So see, I just got a notification from, I have my, give me 1 second, because I can, wait, okay. I just got a notification from actually boards that just sent me the
Alright.
Black Friday sale. I am a member of this board,
Okay.
so I actually just got a message, and then this is what it would look like for members who are inside of your boards.
Okay. Awesome. And we can choose the medium, or does it have to be email?
It's going to be inside the app.
Oh, inside the, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, did we
Great.
answer everybody's basic questions at least with Patty?
will it ding us when Robert sends us that message? Yes? No?
Sorry?
Will we get a ding or whatever when Robert
Yes.
sends that message inside the app?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Because Patty was literally showing what popped up. It actually popped up on her screen. So
Yeah, I was making sure that yeah.
no, it's all good.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Do you guys have more time, or would you guys want to do another session where I show the keyboard? It's going to be fast, but I'm not sure if you would like to go
That's a
in.
great question. Guys, do you want to include it in this session just to get it covered? Or do you want me to schedule another session with Patty? Show of hands if you want Patty to show us real quick the shareable feature.
That I would.
Okay,
Great.
Be good.
Patty,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do that. We have
Because
time.
while we're still on here, and I've
Yeah.
got, and yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Just by the way, Patty.
Yeah, of course. Let me just. Great. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go in and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, great. So now that I'm in my phone, excuse the amount of notifications that I have, I'm going to go in and I'm going to search for the boards app. I know why this is happening. Give me one second.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. There's always a ton of heaping teaspoon of grace here. On my desk, Patty, my team bought me this.
Great. I love that. It's always good because the more mistakes that you make, then you learn from them and then you don't make them again and then you keep going.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. I don't know what's going on.
Technology sometimes.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Let me just hop out and try to enter again. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is the boards app. This is what it's gonna look like. I mean, I have way too many boards. Hopefully you guys are not gonna have that many.
Yeah.
But the way to add so yeah, messages is gonna be on the bottom and you see that little notification, little one on top of messages. That's what it's gonna look like when an owner of a board has messaged you. And if I open that, it's gonna look like this. Okay.
So that's what
And then
another looks like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then if you open this, it's gonna give you the full message. And
Okay.
you can even add links to here so that
And it's also an easy way for me to send a little video recording or whatever it is to members. Okay.
exactly, there's a lot of sheets that you can do around here. I know that one leader was very, very persistent on the fact that people couldn't talk to her back depending on the notifications that you were sending, because it's only going to be unilateral. You're going to be able to send this, but they're not going to be able to communicate with you back, which I think that there's a lot of advantages because then it's not going to get lost in the middle of a lot of messages. But she really wanted to hear about them and what they had to say. So I suggested that she added her Facebook inbox link to here. And then if they had something to say back, they could just click on that inbox and leave like a comment depending on whatever they were trying to communicate.
So she
it's
added
just
a button to her messenger. Okay.
Yeah, like the link that you see over here. And then if you click on that, it will transfer you to the link that you want them to go. And then it's going to be like kind of something like that.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm going to show you guys the keyboard feature. Oh, first of all, you need to go to your settings. You need to search for the boards app. And then once you click there, you have to go to the keyboard option over down below. And when you click it, you have to allow it full access. And when you allow full access, then you're going to be able to use this feature. You only have to do this once. Once you do it one time, you don't have to go through that again. Okay.
And Patty, I just want to say to the group, this is also covered when you do get the app as well. And so if you're getting stuck at all in your head right now, this is very easy to do. It's for
Follow the directions.
Yeah.
It was like less than a minute.
Yeah. You just have to hit enable and then you have access. Okay, great. So, and then once you have access to here, if you go to any instant messaging app, it could be Telegram, Messenger, Instagram message, wherever you can use your keyboard, you're going to be able to use this feature. Just going to go to WhatsApp and I'm going to search for my name to not spam anyone. And then over here, this is what it's going to look like, your normal keyboard. If you go down below where you see the little globe on the left, if you keep that pressed for about 1 second, this drop-down menu is going to come up and you're going to want to hit boards. Once you hit boards, you're going to be able to see all of the boards that you've been crafting before. And then, so let's imagine the same board that I was just showing you guys about Pomifera. If you click it over there, you're going to be able to use all of the information that you've added previously. So if you want to send over maybe a picture, you're going to hit the picture. It's going to copy it to your phone, and then you're going to hit paste. It's going to copy, paste it, and then hit send. And then that's going to send over to your phone.
Good.
Yeah. And then let's say that, remember that folders, that script folders that we were just talking about. If you hit the conversations and you go over to introductions and you want to use that introduction, you just hit the introduction. It's going to copy paste it to your text box and you're going to send it right away.
Hang on. I've got a call coming in. I've got to go real quick.
Yeah, Rich, you might want to mute there, but
Will it add our name, or do we have to add our name?
So it's a board of your own and you use it personally.
Oh, right,
and you
okay, so
remember.
we've added this to our board, so it'll have all our info. Got it.
Exactly. Or you can have the main board and then you can edit it, I guess. Here, if you go to the ABC option,
Right.
then you can just manually,
Right.
yeah,
Perfect.
and this is what I was describing to everybody when I was taught that, what do they call it? Keyboard replacements, whatever. This is visual and it's so much, to me, so much easier. And my brain's more visual to be able to put stuff in like this.
Exactly. So that's pretty much it. That I think we've covered a lot so far, and then you can keep on using this keyboard. So you
Well,
see why it's yourself.
You mind showing how easy it is to share a page? Because to me, we're going to use
Yeah.
pages a lot. Can you just share a
Yeah,
page
yeah.
as an example?
Of course. So over here, if you go to new team members, these are all pages. You can see the little icon on the bottom. And then just to share the page, you would hit this. It's going to copy and paste the link of that page, hit send, and that's going to send it over. So it's going to be
Love it.
the same flow as sending any other material.
I love it. Guys, imagine what she just sent. You said, hey, Jim, I can't wait for you to review these links. I'm excited. And then you tap on page, and then there's your there's the 4 links that you send to all chiropractors right there on one page. So
This
anyway,
is gonna be-
And this is what it looks like. Okay. And this is going to be the unique link of your board. And then,
awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll imagine this is a business page, which showcases what we have with Zalevo from the business, the culture, the pay plan, how to get started, a little, why Zalevo, all on one little sales page. So
Can you page back up to those little bottles?
to the keyboard.
No, the bottles, the picture on that last thing you were showing us.
on the page,
This one?
Yeah, go up. Yeah, stop right there. No. What? Okay, no. I was wondering what brand of bottles that was.
it's Palmifera.
Oh, it's that this is just an example of another brand, of another company that I'm using, but you can add your information to it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just curious.
That is very cool.
Great.
Yeah, I foresee you could put a video in there with my own story. Like I'm going to create a page for different scenarios, maybe 3 primaries, where I have a lead in, very heartfelt testimonial of my own, say Joy in me. And then there's my other more generic links as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's so many
Uses.
applications. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. All right, guys, if you enjoyed it and you thought that it was very insightful and useful, which I have a feeling that you'll liked, I'm actually a account.
What, you just became muted,
You
Patty.
muted. You muted. We can't hear you.
Okay, I had to
Sorry,
have a
now can you hear me?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm a account executive here at Boards, and I would love to onboard every single one of your team members into the platform. What I do basically is that I grant free workshops for your team members to be onboarded with your content included, and then that way I take that weight off your shoulders and having to show them the app, having to show them around, and then I'll basically guide them around from A to C, go about all the features, how to access all the information, how to share it as well. And then that way, it's going to speed up the process on your team members to know how to go about Boards.
What's the practical way to do that, to proceed with that?
So for you guys to create a board of your own with your content in it,
Which I'm doing already. Okay.
yeah. And then I will take a look at my calendar, you take a look at yours, and we come up with a date. And the workshop basically lasts 1 hour.
Okay. And then again, just to be crystal clear. So once I have the board and I have some good content, I have some pages and other stuff, then we set up a call and I invite team members again like this. And then you lead us through that. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Awesome.
answer all their questions, and at the end of the call, I'll grant them a business version discount code so that if they want to upgrade to business, they can do so. But of course, the main value is them being educated into the app, knowing how to go about it, and then if they want to upgrade by the end of the call, by all means, they can do so.
Okay.
Okay, so on a practical note, I've already upgraded. Is to the 50%? Is there a more that's offered because we're doing this?
No, so I think the discount is until today. So if we do the workshop, I believe the discount will be kind of over. But since you would be onboarding them with me, I can grant them another 50% off discount, especially for boards for team, which is what I would be hosting.
Okay, thank you.
That's awesome.
All right, Miss Patty. And the best way to set this up with you is just to email you back or message you.
Yeah, you can shoot me an email, or if not, I can leave you here my phone. I use WhatsApp or Telegram. I'll put it in the chat. And this is for everyone. If you guys feel ready to include your team members to your board, I'll be happy to do so. This is my phone number. Feel free to send me a text, WhatsApp or Telegram, and then you guys also have my email address. I'll put it here as well so you guys can all have it. Just please don't share it around too much.
Okay.
And then here it is.
Patricia@boards.com. Very good. Well, we'll be getting back with you as we get.
Absolutely. Yes.
We'll leverage this video first and then schedule with you in probably a week and a half or so at the most. And Patty,
Okay.
again, we appreciate you. Carol, yeah.
Well, I just have a question. I was going through and signing into boards, and now I've got this. Hi there, I'm Fernanda. I'd like to show you how to
That's-
use the board.
That's the
Can you
bot.
back out of that.
Just go through it. It's like a 3-second, it's like a three,
Oh, okay.
just
Okay.
go through it.
I just didn't want to get like signed in to somebody else.
No, that's the cliff note of what I would have told you. So just-
All right, Miss Patty, thank you for your time. Team, if you can hang on for 1 second. Patty, we appreciate you. I look forward to getting more people on the next chat as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
One last question though, Patty. So before the next chat, you want the participants to have the app loaded?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And add it to your board as well.
Okay, very good. So loaded and added to the board so we can all really interact. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
And then they
Thanks,
can follow me along.
Okay.
as I go.
Thank you.
This has been very
Right.
helpful. Thank you.
This
Yeah,
has
I
been
remember-
awesome. Thank you.
That the discount is until today for the 50% off for Black Friday. And yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much.